any of you had Botox for migraines? I have, and I've had them for probably 9 years now, I guess. And I have them at the University of Washington Neurology Department in their headache clinic. And that's where I've had them the whole time. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it because it's fantastic. It's something that's not meant to cure or to be, I'm just going to start getting this and everything will go away. It's meant to be used in conjunction with other therapies. Say, for example, other migraine medication, migraine injections, anti-inflammatory diet, biofeedback. When we go to the University of Washington as patients in their headache clinic, we have to kind of commit to what they're offering. So from the very beginning, they can't have people in there because it takes a long time. It took me 8 months for an appointment. They don't want people in there that are just going to look for pills that are going to fix it. You have to go to biofeedback. You have to learn about anti-inflammatory and inflammatory foods. You have to attend classes to learn about this. So, and they, really stress that it is, and exercise, really big on exercise too. So they stress from the beginning this, each thing that you do and commit to for a new lifestyle change that you incorporate is going to help approximately 20%. And then the next thing that you're going to incorporate, 20% more, and so forth. There are certain things that help tremendously well, and then there are other things that don't help as much. You don't really notice a difference. Botox was approved by the FDA for my, okay, let me try this again. Botox was approved by the FDA for migraines in 2010. If you think that you're going to get Botox for migraines and they're going to put a little bit here, put a little bit here, and all these other, and lift your brows and all that, they're not going to do that. It's only authorized to be used in a special way according to the grid. So first time I had it done, she opens up the grid. She says, this is where I'm going to inject. Plus, I want you to tell me where the worst parts are because I'm going to really focus on those. For example, if you get Botox and pay like $300 or $400 and get it done here, crow's feet, that might be $300. And as far as the units go, I had to look up approximately how many units would be used. So the crow's feet, it would be about 12 units per side. If you decide to do Botox here on these lines here that people call the 11s, for example, you might use approximately 20 units. And again, maybe it's $300, $400. But for Botox for migraines, you're going to get approximately 155 units, give or take. And it's going to be given, I don't know of any dermatologists who do it. I only know of physician assistants and ARNPs, that's nurse practitioners, and neurologists who give it because that's the clinic I go to. So they give the Botox and it's given here, up here, around your head, around the goal is to really hit this trigeminal nerve well, all the way through here, down the back of your neck and into the muscles here. I only had those muscles done one time. That was the very first time I had Botox done, and I will never have it again because after, 24 hours or so, I go like this and I can't lift my arms like at all for 3 months. So that's just what happened to me. Most people want the whole shebang done. And now, as far as what it costs, I think I told you like $300, for example, give or take, for something like your crow's feet, but to have it administered plus the medication itself in a headache clinic, it's approximately $3,500 to $3,800. At least that's what it is for me. How does it get approved? Insurance runs our lives. Okay, insurance companies make these decisions, not doctors, not nurses, not you as the patient, but the insurance company has to approve it. So the patient has to have tried and failed lots of other modalities. So different medications, not one, but many different triptans. Did you incorporate antidepressants into it? Did you incorporate exercise and anti-inflammatory diet and medications into it? You have to try a lot of different things before your insurance company will approve it. There are also other criteria that have to be met. For example, you have to have 15 or more migraine headaches per month that have already lasted you at least 3 months. The Botox will help considerably, I think, for some people. Maybe it doesn't help as much, but overall, the statistics state that migraines are down 30 to 50% in people who get Botox every 12 weeks on a regular basis. So I can't imagine, because I still get migraines, like 7 or so. Yeah, I would say about 6 is probably average every month. So I'm like, that's really great compared to what it was. Imagine if I didn't get Botox. Okay, let me make sure I go through my notes. 30 to 50% reduction. They also consider that you have an improvement in the quality of your life. So what is the criteria of a migraine? As we know, it's not the same as a headache. You might get a headache and you might take Advil or Tylenol and everything's going to get better for the most part, or go away. Usually, often with a migraine, everybody's different. The criteria is different than what it feels like to have a regular headache. You might get the throbbing, pounding with every heartbeat, crushing pain. It might last 24 hours, 48 hours, 3 days. But migraines are complex. They're very hard to treat, and everybody's different. Not everybody has it on one side of their head. Not everybody has nausea and vomiting. Not everybody has light sensitivity. It might be sound sensitivity. But if you have several of those qualities, then you've met the criteria for it to be considered a migraine. So if I didn't already say, some people might have an aura. What's an aura? And some people might not. And with some migraines, you might get an aura, and with others, you might not. But an aura is where you are seeing different things, or you have some dizziness, off balance, just you're not feeling right. Oh, here comes the migraine. It doesn't always come on immediately. It might come on the next morning. But the visual auras are pretty common, and those often look like the keyhole in one eye or the zigzag lines. And I do hear that there are people who get a lot of these symptoms, but they never get head pain with it. That's so unusual for me to even think of. They might get dizziness and feel off and extreme fatigue and see zigzag lines. And that's what their migraine is. Another feature that's considered a migraine is when physical activity occurs, the migraine changes, usually a lot worse. So if you've got a migraine and then you decide to lift weights, run up the stairs, or get in an elevator, that was probably the worst pain that I had, was at the hospital, get in an elevator, have a migraine, gonna go home, and I need to get down 5 floors. With each descent down, the pounding got worse and worse and worse. So that's another quality or factor that is considered a migraine. What is the difference between a migraine and a stroke? I find that to be really difficult. My neurology nurse practitioner about that. How would I know if I'm having a stroke? She said, you would know because it would be different than all the other migraines that you have gotten in the past. So that's that. I'm going to put in the pictures that I have. I don't have very many because they don't like people to take pictures anymore. And the ones that I have are from a couple summers back. But I will insert those pictures of me getting getting Botox injections for my migraines. I want to explain what it feels like. Again, it might feel different for everybody. Think about if you're putting in, like I explained at the beginning, 150 units of spread out over several syringes throughout this part of your head, versus if you had 20 units, not 155 units, but 20 units spread out between here and here, or just here, for example. It's not just a quick little prick, beep, it's solution that's being pushed in, and you're going to have sensitive spots. They're going to hit nerves. It's going to be painful in some areas and not so painful in others. They do give you an ice pack. This is where I put my ice pack. They always start here because this is where I get my migraines, in the eye area, so that's where I like to have the ice pack. But the bottom line is I just want to get through it. I've done this for years. I have to drive a long way to get up there. I want to get through it. I want it to be done. I want to get on with my life. There's plenty of other patients behind me, so I just kind of get through it. You do what you can. They do have those squeezy balls. They also have you go to a tapping class. Anybody know about tapping? It's fantastic. So we had to learn how to do tapping. So you also can incorporate some of this kind of tapping for pain, or for distraction, if you want to do that, or have somebody tapping on one part of your body while you're getting your injections on the opposite side. It burns, it stings, but there's a lot worse things. I just wanted to explain what it feels like to me. Some people say it feels like a bee sting. It's poking, and then it's the solution that stings. It's not the needle that hurts. It's that stinging burning of the solution. And then you're done. And then you drive home and you're good to go for 12 weeks again. And each time you have to get approved by your insurance company. I hope this was helpful. I will insert also a picture of what the grid looks like, if I didn't already say that. On the grid that they follow for injections. Oh, and I don't think I finished answering this. Can they just take some of that and put it here? Why not? You know that, maybe you don't, that what they use in your head when they're done, because I don't put any down here, there's solution that's left over. There's Botox left over. They take it and throw it away. It goes into the sharps, everything gets thrown away, and documented how much was thrown away and how much was administered to me, or to each patient. Can you put it in my crow's feet here? And he said, of course. So 2 different times he did that for me. I didn't notice a huge difference. Look, I got them. But it softens them. That's all it does. It softens them. And here's my forehead. Can I move it? I get a lot in this section here. And I just had it done recently. I can lift my brows still. There's been times when my brows have been completely paralyzed for 3 months. A lot of it is the injector. Okay, I hope that I answered some of your questions. If you have anything else that you want to add, what's it like for you? I really want to know. Is anybody out there? Talking to anybody out there? I want to know what you think. I want to know if you also get Botox for migraines. You get Botox for other reasons. It's used for many, many things. So I'm just curious, and please put any questions down below, and please subscribe if you're interested in medical type conversations and different types of medical topics. And if you want me to cover a certain topic, please let me know below. Thank you for watching.